Good morning. Thanks for joining in to the Halacha review for the day at Kehilat Shari Torah, Wednesday, October 7th. We're talking about Hoshana Rabbah, which will be this year on Friday. The sages instituted the custom that each person should take a special bundle of arava, special bundle of 5 willow twigs, which is out in addition to the arava, which is in their lulav and esrog bundle. Whatever disqualifies the arava of the lulav and esrog also disqualifies this. In other words, it should be the same kind. So we have someone cut them for them. Actually, the person will deliver them hopefully the day before Hoshana Rabbah. If you're interested in obtaining one of those for yourself, please be in touch with the office or with me, or just show up at whatever time we decide. Hopefully, the minyan will be on Friday morning. The only difference of this particular arava that we use for Hoshana Rabbah is that even if most of the leaves fall off, it's still valid, still kosher. Even if you have one leaf left on the branch, it's kosher. But the beauty of the mitzvah is enhanced, it's really a custom, when the arava has many leaves in a long branch. We take 5, we bind them together, and that's what we do. You should not take this arava together with the lulav, but when you start to say ta'aneh emunim, there's a long series of special prayers to say for Hoshana Rabbah, 6 or 7 pages in the Siddur or the Machzor, whichever one you have. We put, having been holding the lulav and esrog for a long time now, we put those down and we take up the arava, take up the willow twig bunch when we are praying for water. At the conclusion of the Hoshanas, you wave the arava and beat it on the ground 5 times, and afterwards you should not throw it on the floor because this shows contempt for something that was used for a mitzvah / minhag. Best to save it and cast it into the fire of the oven when you are burning your chametz or baking matzahs for Pesach. Since it was used for one mitzvah, you should use it for another. You'll see that some people throw them up on top of the aron, and they sit there and turn brown and crinkly in the course of the weeks. Okay, so that is Hoshana Rabbah. It's customary to eat a little bit more of a festive meal than you would even the other days of Shemini, of Chol HaMoed rather, and that will take us through Friday right into Shabbat. On the night of Shmini Atzeres, you should wait and be sure not to say the Kiddush before nightfall. In the Kiddush, you should say Shechiyanu because it is a Yom Tov in itself. We have the 3 pilgrimage festivals, Pesach, Sukkot, and Shavuos. Each one is a little bit different in terms of first days, last days. Shavuos, very easy to talk about because it's only a 1-day holiday or a 2-day outside of Israel. So there are no quote-unquote last days. There's no Chol HaMoed. So there's no Kiddush or Yom Tov at the end of it. It's rather a Yom Tov unto itself. And then we go back into our week or into Shabbat sometimes. Pesach, you have the first days and the last days, or from the Torah, first day and last day outside of Israel, that doubles. And Chol HaMoed in between. However, since the last days are considered a continuation of the first days, so then we do not make the bracha Shechiyanu, neither in candle lighting nor in the Kiddush of the last days of Pesach. Shmini Atzeres Simchas Torah is different. It is considered a regel bifnei atzmo. It's a separate holiday unto itself. So we do say Shehechiyanu either when lighting candles or making Kiddush. It's a holiday unto itself, and you'll see even in the Siddur, in the davening, the words are it's a separate holiday. It's Chag Shmini Atzeres Hazeh, Shmini Atzeres Chag Hazeh, depending on which nusach you use. Also Zman Simchasenu, but they comment that it says Zman Simchatenu, the time of our joy, a different word. It doesn't say, it's not the same Simcha as Sukkot. It's even greater than that, you'll notice. We do, customarily, most people do this, but some people have different customs. You should follow the custom of your family or your community. We sit in the sukkah, but we do not make leishev basukkah. Because in the Amida, we say Yom HaShmini Chag Atzeres Hazeh, on the 8th day, the festival of assembly. And if you said leishev basukkah, it'd be a contradiction. Which holiday is it? Is it Sukkot or is it Shmini Atzeres? So, why are we sitting in the sukkah at all? The night of Shmini Atzeres and the entire day, so this year that's Friday night and Shabbos day, you should eat in the sukkah, but not say the bracha leishev basukkah. Because it's questionable if that second day, if the first day of Shmini Atzeres is really the last day of Chol HaMoed Sukkos. So we do eat in the sukkah, but we do not make the bracha from a point of view of doubt. When you take your final leave of the sukkah, you say the Yehi Ratzon, which is printed in the Siddur. Regarding sleeping in the sukkah, some authorities take a lenient view, and this is the accepted custom, but if you want, you could follow the stricter view. I don't know if any of us are actually sleeping in the sukkah this year, so there you go. On the 8th day, near dark, you can remove the vessels from the sukkah into the house, but do not put them in proper order while it is still day, because that's considered preparing on one Yom Tov for the other. Okay, so that's the idea of we spoke about the conclusion of Hoshana Rabbah, then into Shemini Atzeres, which this year is Shabbos, and then tomorrow, if you'll join us then, we'll talk about the last day of the entire high holiday season, Simchas Torah outside of Israel. Please join us then. Have a good day, a guten Moed.